So I grew up in your neck of the woods, and I don't live there anymore because when I came out of the closet and told my mother that I was gay, one of the first things she said to me was, "Please don't ever move back here." Not that she didn't want me close, but because she was afraid for my safety. That's a big reason why I no longer live in Pemiscot County, why Kansas City is my home, and it has welcomed me. However, I can guarantee you that there are a lot of LGBT people, LGBT families, LGBT happily married religious couples who do live in your district. In 2003, after the Massachusetts Supreme Court legalized marriage equality in their state, you called it vile, disgusting, and referred to LGBT people as perverts.
That had nothing to do with a bill that we talking
Gentlemen, this
about.
has everything to do with
That
your
had nothing
bill
to do with your
protecting
bill.
the rights.
That had nothing to do with your
Mr.
the bill at
Speaker,
all.
to speak on the bill. Mr. Speaker, this has everything to do with the bill. Those LGBT couples that may be living in any one of our districts, but if they're living in Poplar Bluff, the gentleman has written in a book in Chapter 1, pages 21 through 22, that during the marriage debate, we were subject to this vile and disgusting display of absolute defiance of God's commandments for weeks on end. These alleged couples sought marriage across the nation. Sadly, there was no shortage of clergy willing to defy God's scripture in order to gain favor with this perverted crowd. He goes on to, in his book, to ask what makes being gay, which he also says he doesn't like to refer to gay people as gay, he calls us sodomites. What makes sodomites so worse than other sins? And he answers his own question by saying there are some distinctions concerning the sodomites that set them apart, that make the label abominable appropriate. He says it's because we cannot reproduce and have to recruit.
We obviously heard some mudslinging just a moment ago, and none of that is very fair, is it?
No.
No, as a matter of fact, mudslinging is an actual brutal attempt at intimidation in and of itself, isn't it?
Yes.
The very thing that some people attempt to fight to hear today. That's very, very sad, but that's not why we're here. Let's talk about the bill. But when you file a lawsuit against my school, our school, every single person in this state has a right to know who is accusing this state and exactly what they're accusing this state agency of. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yes.
That's right. I want to commend you for the courage of bringing a bill like this, and I want to ask the body to please support it. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, this is precisely why we do not need this bill, because when people are in power, they can intimidate other people. If you live in Poplar Bluff, you are probably going to not want to anger the 7,373 people that voted for the gentleman. This is precisely why this bill is wrong.